We must understand the caste system for what it is. I never ever asked anybody, what is your caste, because it doesn't even occur to me in my mind.
Okay.
So according to Sadhguru, he is not worried about the caste system in India. So what is he worried about? Let's find out.
If a woman delivers a male child, the quality of the milk that she produces is in a certain way. What the f… If she delivers a female child, the quality of the milk is totally different. If she delivers twins, one male and one female, one breast will ooze certain type of milk, another breast will ooze another kind of milk. This is the level of intelligence invested in this body. Now that is irrelevant. One part of the caste system has become irrelevant.
Is this true? Is the caste system irrelevant in India as Sadhguru says? Let's find out.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Islamic Calling Podcast. So inshallah, in today's episode, we'll discuss the caste system in Hinduism. You may wonder what exactly is this caste system? Well, in Hinduism, people in general are divided into a few different categories. For example, there are main four divisions: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So the Brahman are the highest class. Then you have the Kshatriya, which is the warrior class. Then there's the Vaishya, and then there's the Shudra. I believe the Vaishyas are kind of like the civilian, and the Shudras are basically laborers. So in the year 2015, a Dalit girl, when she was fetching water for her village, her shadow fell on an upper caste Mussulman named Puran Yadev. This incident made the family of this Mussulman very angry because they are from the upper caste, to such an extent that the woman of the family severely beat the girl and threatened that if she was spotted again at the hand pump, they would kill her. This incident was witnessed by her father. In Hinduism, they actually have a ruling, which is that if somehow a lower caste person's shadow touches the higher caste person, then that person has to take a shower and basically have to purify themselves. Because the lower caste people is seen as dirty and disgusting, and this happened in the year 2017. A heavily pregnant Dalit woman, her name was Savitri Devi, was picking up garbage from her home in Ketalpur Bhansholi village in Uttar Pradesh, and a passing rickshaw made her lose balance, and Savitri, a Dalit, happened to touch a bucket by mistake. The bucket belonged to Anju, an upper caste Thakur. For this unforgivable mistake, Savitri was brutally beaten to death. Savitri's neighbor, Kusuma Devi, who claimed to have witnessed what transpired after Savitri defiled the bucket, she told the Indian Express. Now, in any civilized society, when a pregnant woman is beaten to death, it would raise a few eyebrows. But in India, this is actually a common occurrence, especially if you are a lower caste person. But that's not where it ends. It continues actually. A Dalit doctor who was working at an intern at SGPC run Sri Guru Ram Das Institute of Medical Science and Research, located at Amritsar, Punjab, died by suicide on the intervening nights of 8th and 9th March. Her mother stated that her daughter, Pamposh, was interning at the institution after completing her MBBS degree. She alleged that several doctors, including 2 professors, used to harass her by hurling casteist slurs at her. Due to this, Pamposha was very disturbed, her mother claimed in the complaint. They used to threaten her and that they will never let her become a doctor. Kamlesh alleged and added that they had complained to the principal many times but nothing happened. So this is another type of story that we'll hear very common. Basically, when a lower caste person tries to get a job or tries to get an education, they are often harassed and abused by higher caste people. And as a result of this, sometimes they cannot take it and they oftentimes commit suicide. So basically, this is a type of bullying, in a way. In 2023, a young talented Dalit student named Darshan, who was studying at IITB, also committed suicide. According to his family members, he also faced severe abuse by his friends. This happened especially after his friends found out that he was actually a Dalit. So in case you guys don't know, Dalit are basically the lowest caste of people. And the uncle, he said the following: "My nephew told us that the behavior of his friends changed towards him once they found out that he belonged to a scheduled caste. claimed Indravan Pramar, the maternal uncle of 18-year-old Darshan Solanki. So this student also committed suicide after he faced, supposedly he faced bullying from his friend. I mean, just to think about it for a second, I mean, can you imagine you go to this college and one day they found out about something about you that's not real, by the way, it's just made up. They find out this made up thing about you, and they start judging you based on that. Not only do they start judging you, they start treating you so badly that it literally drives you to commit suicide. I mean, this is like so bizarre and ridiculous that you would think that, these things would not exist in modern times. But of course, in India, this is actually very common, which is in 2016, a PhD student named Rohita Varmula was another Dalit who also committed suicide. He wrote a letter where he said, "Please give us poison at the time of admission itself instead of humiliating us like this. For some people, life itself is a curse. My birth is my fatal accident. I can never recover from my childhood loneliness. I am not hurt at this moment. Not sad, just empty. That is pathetic. That is why I am doing this."
The caste system has become irrelevant. The caste system has become irrelevant. The caste system has become irrelevant.
So despite what people like Sadhguru wants you to believe, the caste system is very relevant in India. People are still facing discrimination, abuse, torture, and sometimes they are even killed.
So this was his suicide letter, and you can tell that the reason he did this is because he was treated horribly, and this is usually the story of most Dalits or lower caste people, or the untouchables, which is that they are treated horribly, and oftentimes they commit suicide. Now again, like in any civilized society, when a pregnant woman is beaten to death for touching another people, or when people commit, or not even another people, for touching someone's bucket or something, or when people commit suicide for discrimination, this would usually be considered outrageous in most civilized society, or in societies that has some form of ethics, right? However, in a Hindu majority nation like India, these things are to be expected. And if you want to understand why this type of caste discrimination exists, then you have to understand Hinduism. And you have to understand how Hinduism promotes caste discrimination. Now, one of the main contentions that are often raised by Hindus whenever we decide to talk about the caste system is that they say that things like, oh, the caste system is not based on Hinduism, it's just something made up. There's nothing in Hinduism that says, that says anything about the caste system. So is it really true? Is the caste system based on Hinduism? Yes. Actually, yes, the caste system is based on Hinduism. As a matter of fact, not only is it based on Hinduism, it is actually mentioned in the Vedas itself. For example, in Rig Veda 1090, 11 to 12, it says, when they divided Purusha, how many portions did they make? What do they call his mouth, his arms? What do they call his thighs and feet? The Brahman was his mouth, and of both his arms was the Rajaniya made. His thighs became Vaishya, and from his feet was the Shudra was produced. You can read about this in Rig Veda 10, 9, 11 to 12. So basically what this verse is describing in the Vedas is that how Brahma created human beings, right? So basically the idea here is that he created human beings in 4 different types, right? At first you have the Brahmans, and they are created from his mouth. Then you have the Kshatriya or the Rajaniya, and they are from his arms. And then you have Vaishya or Vaishya, and they come from his thighs, and from his feet are the Shudra. So the Shudras are come from his feet. So basically it's supposed to represent the lowest of the people. Now this is again confirmed by a Hindu scholar named Swami Rajshem Das, and he agrees that this verse is specifically talking about the caste system. You can check out his video here.
There is caste, you can't deny it. You will see that Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra are like the head, the shoulder, and the belly and the legs. You go to any company, industry, you will see R&D department is Brahmana department. Administrative department is Kshatriya department. Accounting department is Vaishya. And all the workers in the lathe, they are Shudra. Even today it is there. Maybe you will not use the name now, but the practical reality nobody can deny.
Now, again, many people would claim that the caste system is not based on birth. They will say that, yes, the caste system exists, but it's not based on birth.
But there is a social situation, that is, in this country, why this caste system stuck on like this is, this was the only means of transmitting skills. Suppose your father is a goldsmith, now he will marry you only to your goldsmith because right from your childhood you have helped the goldsmith carrying this and that, you know how to handle it. Suppose he puts you, suddenly marries you to your blacksmith, you will feel lost in that house.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
However, again, this is false, and you can find many evidence that shows that no, actually, the caste system is based on birth, which means that if you are born, your caste is decided. If you read Avastama Dharma Shastra, it says, there are 4 castes, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Among these, each preceding caste is superior by birth to the one following. You can read about this in Avastama Dharma Shastra 111, 4-5. So here, it clearly says in this Dharma Shastra that, the caste system is based on birth, which means this is not about merit or anything. It's just the family that you're born in. So it's an ethnic system. Okay, it's an ethnic system. So there's nothing you can do here. If you're born into a low caste family, you're going to be a low caste. If you're born into a higher caste family, you're going to be a higher caste. It's in Mahabharata 13, 143-6, it says, the illustrious one said, the status of Brahmana, O goddess, is exceedingly difficult to attain. O auspicious lady, one becomes a Brahman through original creation or birth. After the same manner, the Kshatriya, the Vaishya, and the Shudra all become so through original creation. Now, in the footnote, if you read it, it says the following. Ishgrat is literally through creation or original nature or birth. Of course, what is implied is that one becomes a Brahman or Kshatriya or Vaishya or Shudra through original creation as such by the self-born, that is birth. So yeah, this is talking about birth. For example, in another place in Manusmriti 10.5, it says, in all caste or varna, those children only which are begotten in the direct order on wedded wives equal in caste and married as virgins are to be considered as belonging to the same caste as their fathers. Again, you can read about this in Manusmriti 10.5. So again, like Manusmriti again makes it clear that people who are born in a caste belongs in that caste.
This is the end of this video. Inshallah, next time we will discuss how Hinduism is quite racist. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and click bell icon for more. Also, if you want to support the channel, then please consider becoming a patron or a YouTube member. See you next time, inshallah.